Sometimes we go through life being stuck between a rock and a hard place, being unsure of which way and side to choose. But within that moment of feeling landlocked, one may find its own way through the fields of life. And today, we are talking about a country that is doing just that. A country stuck between two giants named China and India. And this is the first time we are talking about the country called Bhutan. Hey everybody, my name is Dave Wapple and welcome to FTD Facts, the channel where we talk about people and cultures from around the world. And let's not forget places. But for those who are here for the first time, we here on FTD Facts like to take a lot of requests for future FTD Facts videos. And with that being said, this video was recommended by so many of you. So if you guys do have a suggestion for a future FTD Facts video, leave it down there in the comment section below. Now before we get into this episode talking about Bhutan, I want to know from all of you, if you could live anywhere that's not your country, where would you live and why? So Bhutan, it is the smallest Asian country, but it is mighty. The size of Bhutan may only be 38,737 square kilometers, but it does have a population of 742,737 people. And quite surprisingly, that means it has a density of 19.2 people per square kilometer. But like I said, although it's small, it's known as the land of the Thunder Dragon. This is because the country sees so many lightning storms because they are way up high in the Himalayan mountains. And the Thunder Dragon is also called Druk, which is a national symbol appearing on their flag. Now because portions of Bhutan are way up in the Himalayan mountains, the capital Thimphu is ranked third in the world when it comes to the highest capitals based off of altitude. And it comes in at an altitude of 8,612 feet. Quite an amazing view. Now what's fascinating about Bhutan is it is a democracy, but also has a constitutional monarchy. The first election was actually held in 2008. However, the country does have a king named Jigme Khesar Namgyal Wangchuk. And let's not forget his queen, Queen Jetsun Pima. Now Bhutan is a small country, but it's interesting to look at because it has things that other countries don't have. And one thing for sure is that this country is the only country where its forests absorb more CO2 than the country even produces. And believe it or not, its citizens have constitution obligations to protect their environment. And that means 60% of the nation has to stay as a forest. And if you were to ask me, I would say that the people of Bhutan are probably the biggest environmentalists on the planet. And being green is not just for the trees, because the government of Bhutan has an amazing amount of renewable energy. And that energy is hydroelectric. As a matter of fact, they produce more electricity than they need, and much of it is exported. And when it comes to other forms of energy, the country has no petroleum or gas reserves that are currently known. Now speaking of import-exports, let's talk about that. Their highest import is indeed refined petroleum, making up 25% of their imports, with their total import costs being $237 million worth of goods. But their exports equal $169 million according to the OAC, and 59% of that is ferroalloys, along with carbides being 14%. Now for a long time in Bhutan, things like the internet and television were completely banned. Now it might be shocking to you, but let's be real, foreigners were even banned from entering the country until 1974. However, by 1999, the government lifted the television ban, stating that it was a step into happiness and bringing the country modernized. So let's move on and let's talk about smoking, because Bhutan is the only country to completely ban the use of tobacco. Now the rules at one point were very tight. If you were caught with it, you would get 3 to 5 years in prison. And this was with the Tobacco Control Act that was introduced in 2010, which led to 59 arrests. However, in 2012, they amended the law, and if you still have too much tobacco on you, you can get time, but they really wanted to downplay the seriousness of it all.
But please don't smoke. From my heart, I'm telling you, for your lung and all of that.
Now, although some people like to consider Bhutan as the least developed country in Asia, it actually comes in first for economic freedom, ease of doing business, and peace. And believe it or not, it is second in per capita income for all of South of Asia. So I don't know about you guys, but I think Bhutan is a rather interesting country that is developing. But that's it, everybody. My name's Dave Wapple, and I want to thank you guys for taking time to learn about your neighbors and learn about your own country and learn about other countries from around around the world. And with that in mind, if you guys got a suggestion for future FTD Facts video, you know where to put it, down there. But also, we want to hear from you guys. We want to actually start incorporating our community, our fan base into our videos. So if you've got footage of you in your country or footage of your country, feel free to send it to ftdfacts@gmail.com, and we are going to try to put your stuff in our videos. Because we just want to grow as a community. We want to show our community what everybody is all about. But other than that, it's been really fascinating to learn more about Bhutan, a small country that continues to work for the bigger picture, a country that manages to remain peaceful around its big neighbors while having relationships with other countries around the world. This is the country and the people of the Thunder Dragon that reminds us, no matter how small you are, stand up, be proud, and show the world your true thunder.